Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Salted Coffee Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Brian Koenig. With me is Devon McCann.
Hi.
Paul's...
You shouldn't say my last name.
Paul's guy. Whatever, I'll bleep it out.
This is Z, yeah, just say, yeah.
Sorry.
Use those
Force of habit.
cat sound effects to good use.
Justin is MIA for the evening.
He's dead.
Or is he?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's dead. He's a ghost.
Might be. He's always a ghost.
He's haunting us.
Ooh, plants. I'm going to eat them.
Good sound effects. Speaking of sound effects, I hear you do a good blowjob sound effect.
All right.
So
Give us a demo.
go ahead, yeah.
I'm there right now.
That sounds pretty accurate.
Sounds like I'm just sucking a dude off.
I think when this is done recording, I'm just going to play that part back and just imagine
Be sucking you off?
that you're sucking me off, yeah. And I'll let you know how it goes.
Tell me if I give a good blowjob. I'm just curious.
Yeah. We'll get into that.
Yeah, talk about it later.
So, foreshadowing again.
Dun-dun-dun.
So,
So anyways,
Yes.
it's been a while
yeah.
since
A couple weeks.
all four of us aren't here still, but we're working on it.
Yeah.
It's three of us.
But we're here
We have news.
and we have news. What's the news?
The news.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank on the news. What's up?
Well, for one, I was in Scotland for 10
That is
days.
news. That is
so that's
news.
why we haven't really recorded a definitive episode yet. But Paul got a new job,
Yes, I did.
and he moved to Brooklyn.
Yeah, land of people who can't drive, alternate side of the street parking, which drives me absolutely insane.
Street sweepers.
And street sweepers, yes. And actually very attractive women of almost every ethnicity you can think of. So
I noticed. Yeah.
I'm all good with this. There's a lot of Asian girls too. Just
if
saying.
you're into that.
Yeah, if you're into it, I'm not gonna talk about my own proclivities with that, but maybe later.
So anyway, welcome to the Salted Coffee Podcast.
Yeah,
this is
Salted
episode
Coffee.
4. So we have officially branded our beer segment. As you guys know, every single week we bring on a new beer. We try it, review it, let you guys know what we think, and we have officially named that segment Beer Blitz. So
It'll probably change every week,
yeah,
depending on our mood.
we'll see how
we have
it,
many names.
If it sticks, it
many
sticks.
moods.
Yeah, and we've come up with a laundry list here of pretty awesome names to come up for the segment. So, but for now, we're going with Beer Blitz, and our beer of the week is Modelo Especial. It's
Not really a craft brew still, but
no,
Makes me feel especial.
but yeah, it's delicious. I'm a fan.
it's a Mexican
Mexican beer, imported, brewed in Mexico, originated in 1925.
history.
Yeah, it says it on the bottle, and I'm reading it right now, so I'm cheating quite a bit.
That's fine. You can make it up.
So I'm guessing that we were discussing this earlier, the origin of the name, perhaps. Modelo, I'm assuming, is Spanish for model. So is this the model beer? Is this like their exemplary version of the best beer
Supermodel
to
of
come
beers.
from Mexico? Yeah, is this their like top shelf shit? Like, I don't know. This is what I'm guessing. Like, I don't know.
It's definitely more
Is it
robust than Corona.
And it's
Yeah,
also like
that's-
But
it's very
I
reasonably
liken it to
priced.
It's
Corona
good.
as well. Yeah,
It's reasonably priced, and it's actually a pretty good beer.
yeah, I enjoy them.
I'm actually a little upset that I've never tried it earlier. Living where I lived prior, there was always Mexican immigrants and other Spanish immigrants everywhere, Hispanic immigrants everywhere, and all the liquor stores sold it. And I remember seeing people buy it a lot, and I just never really thought about trying it. And I mean, I'm kind of let myself down on that one. It's actually pretty good.
I like the shape of the bottle. It has it's stouty in a way, not
It's
stout.
it's like a
beer
chode bottle.
taste. Yeah, yeah. it's a chode.
you definitely suck that bottle off.
No
it's problem.
It's kind of like Red Stripe in a way. It's just that it has a very wide base. I like the foil on the top. It gives it a special, classy, upscale feel to it. It's almost like unwrapping champagne in a way. It's a little annoying though because it's foil, and foil's always annoying to take off of any bottle. But
It's fun to peel, though.
yeah.
It's less annoying than the paper around the top of a Stella bottle, which kind of reminds me of like a foreskin.
Yep. A nice little circumcision you give to a beer bottle every time you have to do that.
It
So,
is weird.
yeah, it is a lighter beer. This is amber in color. Classy bottle, gold trim. Definitely enjoying it. So, Modelo Especial.
Yeah.
Beer Blitz.
Beer Blitz.
Boom.
In addition to Beer Blitz, tonight we have a special guest liqueur. Well,
Oh, it's not a liqueur. Liqueur tastes
it's
like
a whiskey.
shit.
All right. During my travels to Scotland, I picked up a bottle of Glengoyne Scottish whiskey.
Did Sean Connery just kind of like hand it to you?
He did.
He did.
He told me I was a fucking idiot.
Yeah, of course he did.
Was he licking
Good
the
man.
Blarney Stone?
Told me to take my time, but never
No,
hesitate.
That's not Scotland.
Yeah, dude, like wrong island.
No,
I was
know.
disappointed. I wanted to bring you back like a Sean Connery plushie, but they were nowhere to
Dude,
be
that would
found.
have been great. I
Nowhere
would
to
have
be
loved the
found.
shit out of that.
Shocking.
Why would they make those?
Why
Why
wouldn't
not?
they make it?
Sean Connery action figure with karate chop action.
The karate chop action and fuck bitches action.
And 32 points of articulation, including a fully functional penis.
Oh yeah, that's part of the fuck bitches action.
Anyways,
So Glengoyne.
Glengoyne. It's a Highland single malt Scotch whiskey. Lemon zest, toffee apples, and a scent of coconut. Hand-selected sherry casks help create this paradise of flavors in rich golden color. It's the taste of Scotland's slowest distillation and our insistence on barley dried by air, never peat.
That's
What the fuck does that mean?
what?
What
That's
does
an
what
impressive
mean?
description.
Peat?
I mean, I don't know. I never saw the effort to going too deeply into that shit. Just be like, hey, it tastes good and it'll get you fucked up.
But that's everything, though.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyways,
I
this
get
is a
you
good
fucked up.
occasion to crack open the bottle because we could celebrate Paul's job.
And
Thank
and
you.
I saw
And this
Slipknot
ties
last week, so
to
we
my
can celebrate
topic of
that.
Scotland, and we could celebrate
You guys want?
Slipknot.
Yeah.
You guys want to take the first sip of it? I'm kind of curious.
All right, let's do it. On 3.
All right. First, I want to say that it is watered down because the ice melted, but that's fine because you're allowed to add water to whiskey.
Yes.
It smells quite strong.
43.
It is quite strong.
43%.
But I want you to take a sip,
Whoa.
leave it in your mouth for
Swish it around.
no, don't swish it around.
Gargle with it.
Gargle with the. Yeah, I
Leave it-
mean,
leave it-
Spit it on one of my cats.
Leave it on your tongue for maybe like 3
Spit in
seconds,
my mouth.
and then swallow.
But then you're mixing in the spittle. That's contaminating it.
That doesn't matter. It's
All
part
right.
of the flavor. Okay,
All right, fine.
ready?
all right.
So,
God damn.
ready? Yeah. It'll put hair in your balls,
Already did. God.
and you
damn.
just manscaped today.
I know, right?
All right, first
it
reactions.
has a really good aftertaste.
Yeah,
It'll
it's not
sit on your
bad.
It
tongue.
does. It is smooth.
I actually could taste the coconut.
So can I.
Yeah.
Really? I
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
taste the coconut. Round 2.
It was smooth. I mean, I could definitely feel the fact that it was strong as shit, and it was like, "Oh, you're from Scotland. Here's some whiskey." Punched me in the face. You know.
Now, if you
That was a
if you
horrible
had
accent.
just a straight shot of that with like no water or ice, it will definitely punch you in the face.
Yeah, this one feels like it punched me in the face, but it was polite about it.
And I went to like a couple of like whiskey
was
tastings,
polite about it.
and there was one that was really punch you in the face. It was made with peat, so it was basically
Like Petey's Teeties there. Like that's what that guy's up to now. Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's a reference to something from high school. Just
for those of you who don't know peat, it's an accumulation of partically decayed vegetation or organic matter, but they use it to
Like peat moss.
yeah, it's peat moss.
yeah, pretty much. It has like a distinct smell. It could be used as a slow burning, like renewable fuel. And they use it in some whiskeys.
Yeah, clearly.
And it was basically like someone condensed smoke into liquid form.
Tastes very smoky.
It was really smoky. It was like I just drank pure smoke.
Yeah,
It was,
just
I
hovered your face over a
couldn't even
grill,
finish
yeah.
the little shot that I had. I had to give it to someone else. It's like, holy shit, I'm not drinking this.
Oh, so they had like a sampling, like a tasting thing going on.
Did you go to the actual
That's awesome.
distillery?
I went to the actual Glengoyne distillery. Yeah, I'll go into that one.
No, I mean like for
We'll
the
talk
one
more
that,
about
for the one that
Scotland.
tasted like drinking a fire.
I did not go to that one. I only went to Glengoyne.
And you've had this before, or do you just go like, oh, holy fuck, it's a distillery. I'm buying a bottle of booze.
No, I've had this before.
Okay.
He had a $5 coupon, and that was the only reason he went
It was
there.
it was a 5 pound coupon, or it was $5.
Oh, that's right.
I only got the coupon when I brought the ticket for the distillery tour.
Oh, okay.
And it was like $5 off in their shop.
Nice.
And that included the whiskey. That included the whiskey.
The tour?
No, the ticket. And $5 off, because in America, somebody would be too fucking cheap. They'd be like, "Hey, $5 off anything in the gift shop except for booze."
Oh no, yeah, that included the whiskey.
Yeah,
of
in the
course.
fine print. Yeah,
Yeah, except for
No,
booze.
they
can't
No,
use
yeah.
it on clearance items
I mean, they had
or
like
electronics.
they had like fancy whiskey glasses and a bunch of other stuff.
Or
Did-
that where you
did
got
they
that-
glow
that
in the
weird
dark?
that weird leather cup,
Oh, my tankard.
tankard.
It's not called a tankard. I forget what it was called, but it's something you see in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, Tyrion drinking that while he's fucking some bitches. I don't know why I'm talking about fucking bitches all day, man. I haven't gotten laid in a while. That's probably why.
It's on your mind.
Yeah, definitely. Like, without a doubt.
All right, so let's continue on. Scotland.
Let's dive in deep.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
I was in Scotland for 10 days, middle of July. Went with my fiance Meg and her parents, which is good because we didn't have to pay for any of the rooms. We only had to pay for our plane
You
tickets.
son of a bitch.
I know.
Wow.
But on the plus side, we had to be with our parents.
Parents are all right.
Well, it's not like
Yeah.
you weren't in the same room though.
Well,
were
we were in the same room when we stayed in Glasgow, and only because the room.
Oh, so you guys bounced from hotel to hotel or hostel to hostel, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, well, when we were in Edinburgh, we stayed in a bed and breakfast. We had separate rooms there.
Did you run into the human centipede while you were over there? Because that would have been pretty cool.
Yes,
He was
we did.
iPad.
The doctor himself. In Furness, we had separate rooms. But Glasgow, for like 3 days, we had to share a room. Only because the rooms were like $1,200 a night.
That'll be $1,200 in Glasgow.
Wow. Was it like a 10-star hotel?
It was a Hilton,
Wow.
which they don't really have many
was Paris
of
there? She sucked you off, and it sounded like.
Nice. I didn't even know I could do that well until today.
That's impressive.
You learn something every day.
Got skills.
You got skills. Maybe I'm actually just blowing somebody.
Maybe you
never
just do like blowjob voiceover for pornos.
Do they have that?
They do now.
You just
What?
invented a new career.
I know. I just invented a career for myself, so I don't even need the job I have. No, I do. I do need the job I have. So anybody listening, I do need the job I have. Love you, Mr. Mayor, all that stuff. Commissioner. Great, guys are great.
So, anyways, we when we first got there, we went to Edinburgh, which is the capital of Scotland. It was also probably the best part of the trip. Unfortunately, we only stayed for a day. So basically, while we were there, we went to Edinburgh Castle. Went around there, saw like the POW camps in the castle. There's a bunch of like wartime museums there. We hiked up Arthur's Seat, which is basically an extinct volcano / hill / mountain.
Extinct volcano?
Yeah.
So it's no longer erupting.
Oh yeah, no. So it's just basically like a mountain.
So homie's been dead for a
it's
while.
822 feet high.
Okay.
Climb that sucker all the way to the top.
Wow. Did they have
It was a good climb.
stairs or?
No, it was there was two paths. One was a little more steep than the other, so we kind of took the easier one. It was just a little bit longer. For the most part, it was just paths all the way up, and then once we got near the summit, it was just pure rock, and you just had to just go on your hands and knees and just climb up there.
Nobody like fell into the big hole in the middle and like
There was no hole in the middle though,
but it was a volcano.
but it was part of a park, part of a
Well, it's an extinct
Holy
volcano.
Rood Park.
Okay.
So it was kind of like this whole huge area, and there were other hills and other parts of.
But it's a volcano. People are supposed to fall through the middle and like like
I'm
the
sorry.
ring.
I'm sorry there were no
dropping.
virgin sacrifices at the volcano.
This has ruined my whole night.
I know. Sorry. Let's just end it now. End the
I know.
podcast now.
So what else happened
not really
in
into the
Scotland? Any interesting stories? Did you go into any brothels?
No. I don't think there were
Are
any.
brothels legal in Scotland?
No.
What about special drugs over there?
You do some peyote, but they
I
say
don't know what
peyote
their drug policy is over there as far as like weed.
They're probably about the
stuff.
same as ours in America.
I think so, yeah. I mean, the drinking age over there is 18, and I didn't get
Nice.
ID'd once.
Nice.
I'd go to pubs to order a drink, no ID.
And
Do you guys get
give
offended
a
if you
shit.
get ID'd?
Here?
Yeah.
me? Not really. It
not
happens
really.
sometimes. It rarely happens, but it does.
Well,
and
I got
I'm
ID
shocked.
today when we went to pick up the Modelo.
Yeah, I know. I've been there with you a bunch of times. I
Yeah.
think that guy IDs everybody who does it.
Yeah,
buys.
I think it was the same dude too.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't look like I'm under 21 at all. I don't think so. Like, it's kind of like,
It's kind
why,
of whatever.
why are you
just-
wasting my time? I have to reach into my pocket and pull my wallet out and show you my ID and then put it back, and it takes like a whole like 10 to 15 seconds. Like,
You just wasted.
there's other
seconds of your
people
life.
in line.
So you should totally like
So,
kill him
anyways,
just for that.
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, in Edinburgh, we stayed at a bed and breakfast. It was my first time staying at a bed and breakfast. It was really nice. The breakfast there was fucking amazing.
Did they give you bangers and mash?
Well, they had like a
Franklin
menu,
and
and you could choose
That's
what
what I
you'd
heard.
Bangers and mash.
you could choose what you'd want for breakfast. And one of the days I got waffles, and they were pretty much like homemade small Belgian waffles, like kind of stacked up, and they were caramelized in brown sugar all around, with bacon on top, and syrup. My dick was hard the entire time I was eating those waffles, and I could not stop thinking about them the entire trip.
Wow.
They were that fucking good.
It's something to be said when food is so delicious that it gets you sexually aroused,
Oh man.
and then you can't stop thinking about
Oh,
it.
your dick would be hard too, man.
Oh yeah,
Trust me.
My dick's hard all the time anyway.
So, anyways,
Did you ever try to suck your own dick?
No,
Wow, you can do the blowjob sound. So like,
everyone's tried that.
I've tried when I was like 12.
It's hard. It's impossible unless you're a
A
Russian
gymnast. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, can't do it.
So we stayed 2 nights in Edinburgh, and then went up to.
did you suck your own dick in Edinburgh?
Tried. Doesn't make a difference. I do want to point out though that it stays light out for maybe 20 hours out of the day.
Really?
So it was like 11 o'clock at night and it was still light out.
Really?
Wow.
4 o'clock in the morning, it was light out. And that's because we were so far up north. Because the UK is like way above like Quebec. I mean, it's not as far up as like Alaska, wherever, where it's like daylight for a month or night for a month. But in the summertime, it stays light out till like 11 o'clock.
I gotta know, dude. How did you sleep then? Because I have a hard time sleeping during the day.
There were blinds.
They actually work because
Yeah, they were like thick cloth blinds.
Okay.
But after Edinburgh, we went up to Inverness, which is near Loch Ness.
You got an Infernus?
Oh, yeah.
No, nobody gets a GTA 3 reference.
So we went
Guess so.
on a boat ride out to the loch. Did not see the Loch Ness monster, and I'm pretty sure. Sadly.
I was about to ask you.
Do you know
can
why,
about Tree
though?
Pity?
Because it doesn't exist.
But we went to the Loch Ness like research center, where like a bunch of like different scientists were trying to
Conspiracy
research
theorists.
the lake and trying to like find out if the Loch Ness monster is real or could exist. And the science is pretty much there that a creature of that size, like a prehistoric dinosaur, could not live in that lake because of all the peat that comes down from the mountains into the loch. Prevents photosynthesis.
Okay.
Photosynthesis, I didn't say that right.
Photosynthesis, yeah.
So only
Small fish.
can live in that lake, and you know, if there was a prehistoric dinosaur, it couldn't live off that small fish.
Did you throw about tree fitty in there?
I did throw about 350 in there.
Seriously?
Yeah, and he wouldn't leave me alone the entire time.
Goddamn
Loch Ness monster!
Did he knock on your door? Did he knock on your hotel door?
Dressed up as a Girl Scout.
Then you realized he was a giant.
Want to buy me cookies for $3.50?
Yeah. Then he realized he was a giant fish from the Mesozoic era.
Mm-hmm. But it was interesting, though, to hear the history about the lake and all the sightings that people have reported over the years. And after that, we went to Glasgow, which was disappointing. It's pretty much like New York.
So
it's like a really modern city.
so it's like New
There's
York.
some
but rough.
interesting architecture there, but it's like pretty much like New York, yeah. Like there were stores that you can find in New York City.
Like what borough? Like Manhattan, or you can go like Brooklyn?
Yeah, I would say like Manhattan.
Yeah, that sucks.
Did they have Madison Square Garden?
Now, did they have alternate side of the street parking?
They had Madison Circle Garden.
Madison Cube Garden.
But it's a real artsy city. They had a lot of they had a modern art museum which was awful, but it was free, so we went. But around Glasgow, we went to Stirling Castle and Doune Castle. Doune Castle is where they shot Mighty Python and the Holy Grail, and parts of Game of Thrones.
Okay.
So that was pretty cool. Yeah, and then we went to the Glengoyne Distillery, where I learned all sorts of whiskey facts and findings.
Where's the Glen of the Wild Geese?
What goes into making a good whiskey? What makes them different from the other Scottish whiskies? They take the longest to distill. They also distill in the Highlands, but store their casks in the Lowlands.
Okay.
So basically, yeah.
Is that like a pressure thing, or?
No, it's just like Scotland's kind of like divided into like the Lowlands, where it's not as mountainy region, because the Highlands, we actually drove through the Highlands, and it was fucking amazing because the mountains we were driving on the side of a mountain, and the views were just fucking amazing.
I've driven on the side of a mountain before.
I have pictures. I need to upload them to Instagram and Facebook and shit.
Instawebs.
The Instawebs.
Show the fans.
Show the fans.
Show the
Salted
fans.
Coffee Podcast
But
fans.
it's hard to describe. It's kind of like playing The Witcher, but living in The Witcher.
Oh, okay.
So it's like being in Middle Earth.
That mean okay. The first part meant absolutely nothing to me, but Middle Earth meant a
Middle
lot to
Earth.
me.
There we go. It's
Middle Earth.
fucking
Geralt of
Just-
Rivia.
just like fucking
like Rivendell. Or are we talking like
hills, mountains, moors.
And dirt.
There weren't trees, but
Rabbits.
it's hard to describe. But I mean, like it's something you can't get here at all. It's hard to describe. I wish I could put it into words better.
It leaves you speechless because it's so beautiful.
Exactly.
it's
so
hard
gorgeous.
to describe, so you can't describe it.
Yeah.
But I think it's important to travel,
It is. It has its moments.
to get out.
It's important
New
to
Jersey.
It's important to travel when you're not being forced to travel. That's actually
That
probably a
too.
good thing.
I mean,
Like,
Yeah,
we
you
went
have
there
more time
mainly
to
because
soak it in.
yeah.
like it's better than my excursion of making the wrong turn off the LIE and getting stuck in Bushwick for like a couple hours. That was
That's Long Island Expressway for everyone else out in the country who doesn't know that.
Yeah, sorry guys. But yeah, I took the wrong turn back from work, and I ended up in the wrong spot, and it was a little unnerving to me.
But it's something you can't experience in movies or games, and being on top of like Arthur's Seat is something that'll probably stick with me for the rest of my life.
Think you can take your kids trying to do this cool stuff, or you're just gonna like?
Never tried to.
What I would do is I wouldn't even take my kids to do cool stuff. I would just tell them I did all kinds of cool stuff when they want to do it.
That's awful.
Like, no, fuck you. Ah.
You're gonna stay in Jersey for the rest of your life.
I wouldn't even let my kids come to Jersey.
Scotland.
Yeah, land of the Scots. Everybody there is named Scott.
I mean, have you guys been out of the country?
He's a dick.
I know you haven't been out of the country, Devon.
I went to Haiti.
Oh, you have?
I went to Dominican Republic.
Fuck, when?
2 years ago. Yeah, and I went to.
Wait, was that for your,
It was,
your honeymoon or?
Yeah, bro.
No, it was before that actually.
Your honeymoon.
Pre-honeymoon, yeah. We went with my sister, her husband, and their kids, and it was like a Royal Caribbean cruise where it's like the island hop.
Oh, that's right. You have a freaking.
I have this shit all over the place. Yeah, we really went nuts with the souvenirs.
Clearly observant.
Like the big wooden thing that says Haiti on it.
Yes.
It's like legitimately right in front of you.
Like a Alibaba sword.
Sorry,
For everybody who didn't know, we're
we
at
have
Devon's
the
house
tiki
doing
mask.
I can't believe I didn't fucking like put two and two together. I have like holes in my
Yeah.
brain. Sorry.
I actually
It's all the syphilis.
back on that behind you guys. We have our names engraved on some wooden like goblets and shit, and then that little thing it's actually the thing they use to make drinks with, and they mash like the mint for the cocktails and stuff.
That's how they muddle them in.
Yeah, that's what that thing is. Though it's obviously for decoration. Only.
It's called a mortar and pestle.
But yeah, we bounced around. We went to obviously to Haiti. It was in Labadee. They have a resort there, and then we went to somewhere in the Dominican Republic and several other places that I can't even remember honestly, because I just didn't care. I was just there to like enjoy the boat more than I was the actual places.
And did you get absolutely obliterated drunk most of the time?
Oh, of course, yeah. The thing that stuck with me most about that trip was there was a dude there. He was a waiter, and he called himself Dr. Booze. And he would come around and like if you ordered a drink, they would serve it to you in like a souvenir glass or whatever. And then he would come around, and like when he would serve you, he'd pour the drink in out of a pitcher or whatever. And then he would be like, "All right, drink it really fast." And he would stand there and wait for you to drink as much as you could, and then he would fill it again, or he would just add like extra tequila to it. And he would say something like, "I'm Dr. Booze, and I'm here to give you your medicine," and that was the liquor. And he would just pour it right directly into your drink or into your mouth. Like he was just a funny guy. Like
I want to hang out with
come
Dr.
around.
Booze.
And he would come. He actually he worked on the boat, but he would come onto the resorts too and just walk around the beach and just come
Did
up
he
to
actually
you.
have a doctorate though? That is the real question.
I never asked him.
In boozology.
Yeah.
Mixology.
I'm sure.
Mixology, whatever.
I'm sure he did. Yeah, alchemy.
Not a real ology.
But yeah, that was a fun time. But like, I honestly we probably went to 5 or 6 different places, and I only remember like 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah.
Because they're all the same to me. So I also am very uncultured, and I have no respect for anything.
Yeah.
Just a drunken Irish guy from New
As
Jersey.
a drunken American guy, I just
So I was gonna go into the whole history of Scotland,
yeah.
I mean, I think
but there's a lot of history, especially with the castles. But it's kind of confusing because they go into so many issues with like the king and queens and who reigns, and
I'm pretty sure they still hate.
there's a lot of wars, especially when they like went to war with the British and shit.
Mm-hmm.
They can take our lives, they can't take our freedom. The whole thing.
Yeah. They had the William Wallace Monument, which we saw. We didn't go to it, but
Yeah,
the Mel
from
Gibson
ice.
monument.
much better.
Mel Gibson.
They have a Mel Gibson monument
He's
in Scotland.
It's the William Wallace Monument.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
I called it the Mel Gibson Monument.
Yeah,
same shit,
take our lives and take our freedom. Blah blah blah.
different
shit.
country.
Pretty much.
I don't know.
Yeah, but anyway.
You a cultured swine.
Yeah.
Cultured American.
Goddamn Mongolians.
But I tried haggis.
Oh.
I don't know what that is either.
It's basically like sheep's stomach, liver. It's just like a culmination of all different parts of sheep and meat.
Now, I'm assuming...
What, and they just throw it into one bowl?
They throw it into like a
and
bowl with
throw it in a blender.
like grain and shit, and they just like douse it with spices. It's not that bad. I was surprised.
I think I'd probably throw up.
As long as you don't think about what's in
Dude,
it, it's not bad. It's like hot dogs.
But
It's like
the
fucking
body's
pig
oil
intestine
filter.
and shit.
I know it's in a hot dog. I don't care. They're too delicious.
So I guess they like haggis over there. It's pretty much the same shit, just not in a wiener form.
Everything in a phallic shaped food is
all the good
food.
foods are
phallic shaped.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Bananas,
Popsicles.
cucumbers.
penises.
If you eat them, yeah.
I had to. It was right there. Anyway, we're gonna go segue to the next topic.
Yeah, are we ready?
Sure, why the hell not?
All right.
As I figured, the history of Scotland.
Keep drinking whiskey.
Indeed. Okay, so we'll go to my topic next. All right. I probably sound all morbidly, but anyway. So
Wake
my
the
next.
fuck up.
I'll go get some coffee or something. Anyway, my topic is going to be basically huge life-changing event, decision, something that happens. So as they were talking about earlier, I got myself a big boy job. I'm not really going to go too into detail with who I'm working for. I don't want to put that out there directly. It could potentially
Damage your career.
damage my
ruin
career.
Your life.
Dum. But basically, I work for the city of New York, so I had to move into New York City. It's like growing up in the Jersey burbs and then just up and moving to the big city, all that fun crap.
Culture shock at all? Or?
Yeah, it's enormous. There's all kinds of stuff everywhere. There was a dude on the corner of my block that looked like he was waiting for the bus to Jurassic Park.
John Hammond.
John Hammond.
You spared no expense.
He really didn't. He really didn't. I mean, he just looked... The dude looked completely, bewildered. Like he had no idea what's going on.
So what was he doing? Just
Probably had
standing
Alzheimer's.
What was he doing? Just standing around waiting for something?
Yeah.
And he had a suitcase?
He didn't have a suitcase. He was sitting there staring, kind of all confused, looking around, but looking down toward 4th Avenue. Like I live on 86th Street in Brooklyn. So he's looking down 4th Avenue, looking down toward 4th Avenue and on farther that way. So confused, he's looking for something, sticking his head out a little farther in the street, he's waiting for someone to pick him up. And obviously he wasn't waiting for the bus because the bus was actually at the bus stop. So that's not what he was looking for.
He was watching out for those Galliminuses coming.
What the fuck is that?
Galliminuses from Jurassic Park?
Is that the thing with the hood? And it spits
No.
the
The
crap in
Galliminuses are like the big long-necked things that are on the field. And they're all running, and they're herbivores.
Okay, well then why would he be looking for that? He eats fucking plants. There's no plants in New York.
That is true.
Oh, shit. He just told you off.
Well, where I live, there are some. I mean, I got lucky and got an apartment in what apparently is a very nice and semi-pricey neighborhood without realizing it. But
You're on Williamsburg, right?
Bay Ridge.
Okay.
Wait, I'm not going to live in Williamsburg.
Just gave away your location. Now everyone's going to come after you.
Dude, 12 people live
They're
here.
just going to come knock down your door.
Gonna come,
Yeah, it's not like there's 900 different buildings on, 86th Street.
Yeah, but they've narrowed it down.
To
so
one
all of our
neighborhood.
crazy
Bay Ridge
Salted
is
Coffee
huge.
podcast fans are gonna
Bay
come
Ridge is
come
huge.
to your door, climb in your window, and rape you in your sleep.
I'll go drinking with them. That's fine. I mean, that's all right.
Yeah, well, that's when
Right now.
if you go drinking with them, that's when they
You
root
get
for
drunk
you.
enough, and then that's when they strike.
Yeah, no,
That's the plan.
More fans are apparently
means
date
no, Paul.
rapists. No means no, and no means yes, and yes means anal. So.
I like that. I'm gonna use that.
But yeah, no, it's an enormous change for me. I mean, earlier on, a couple years ago, I had a full-time job for about two and a half years, but it was nothing to this extent. I mean, I have all kinds of awesome benefits. I kind of just stepped in shit, won the lottery, whatever you could say about this. But I mean, I'm sure
Aren't those opposite ends of the spectrum?
Um,
Stepped in shit and won the lottery.
I mean, that's no. I've heard the term "stepped in shit" isn't being lucky, and I don't personally agree with that, but I'll go with it.
You'll
as
step
a
in
term.
plenty of shit in New York. Trust me. I almost stepped in dog shit the other day. So.
Really, because
On the
where I live,
sidewalk?
everybody actually places up their dogs. I'm not even kidding. The neighborhood for New York City is actually very, very clean. It's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, I know.
You hit the jackpot then.
Yeah,
no
there's
shit in your neighborhood.
There's pizza and
pizza everywhere.
pizza, coffee, and bars on every block, pretty much.
As far as the eye can see.
As far as the eye can see. John Hammond really spared no expense.
No.
Anyway, I'm sure you guys have experienced something similar. One of you guys like to chime in on that?
Yeah. So life-changing events. I guess one of them was moving. Obviously, it is for you too. Like moving is a big deal, and even you too. All of us moved at least an hour away from our place of not birth for all of us, but
We all grew
places
up
that
there.
we resided in for the majority of our lives, generally speaking. Moving is a big deal. Having to move to somewhere else that you're not familiar with the environment or your surroundings or the people. Moving here, like we didn't when we moved, we didn't know anybody here, and we still don't know anybody here. But we're also antisocial, so that's never going to change. We're never going to meet people and get used to it. So, but yeah, moving and learning a new environment, new surroundings. Was challenging and new for us. So it's also kind of scary to move away from family and friends. But it helps you learn and grow.
We're here.
Yeah, I mean,
We're just an hour away.
Yep.
I'm actually probably the closest, even though I live in another state.
Mm-hmm.
You're closest to me.
Not really. I mean, if you cut out traffic, say there's no traffic, I could be here in under an hour, 35, 40 minutes.
Oh. Yeah.
Now, there's on 278, there's traffic all the time because, son of a bitch, let's start construction and stop in the middle. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
They've been doing construction here for like a year and a half. They just like never stop.
Yeah, it's like once you get off the Verrazano Bridge onto Staten Island and you look, that's probably the easiest way for me to get back to New Jersey. And there's like construction going on right off the bridge. And I have been taking that way for other reasons, any number of them, for the last year or two. And I've yet to see actual work being done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they just put the cones down.
Yeah, I feel like somebody in the city government just thinks it's fun to be an asshole, which to an extent is. So yeah, I couldn't even tell you how long it's going to take and why the traffic. I don't even know why the traffic gets backed up because it's backed up. No one seems to get off the road, but then it opens up again, and it's just mind-boggling. Potholes are pretty much a everyday thing. I don't know why they can. Raise all the rates for everything, raise the taxes, but you can't fill a fucking pothole.
There's no potholes?
Where?
Scotland. They also drive on the opposite side of the road, which is really weird.
Yeah, they drive on the wrong side of the road. That's why there's no potholes.
Great maintenance and infrastructure over
And
there.
these roundabouts, which are essentially circles in America.
Yeah.
No lights.
Well, no, that's what we have in New Jersey. But everybody else in the United States can't fucking seem to grasp the concept of it.
What, circles?
Yeah, traffic circles. It's like the only place in the fucking country that uses them is New Jersey.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Jug handles too, right?
Jug handles,
Jug
yeah.
handles, yeah. I never knew about circles, though. I thought that was...
Pretty universal.
You ever,
Countrywide.
you don't remember going to Wilkes-Barre with me when I was in college? And nobody could seem to manage the traffic circle, the big traffic circle in the center of town. It was a clusterfuck because no one seemed to get the concept of it.
That is true.
It's like, hey, if you're going around, go into the center, and when you get close to where you're getting off, slowly, get out, and get off.
So anyways, life changes.
Life changes. Yeah, you haven't really said much about that, so you're...
Well, Devon was talking about his. I mean...
Yeah, the moving. I mean, I got married, but that wasn't like a big life change. It was just that we were already living together, and
I mentioned that to Meg because I told her the topics are going to be.
Yeah.
And she's oh, well, Devon got married. I'm like, well, that's not really a big deal. It's like
Yeah.
nothing changes really. And she's
No,
like,
it
oh,
doesn't.
of course it does. And I'm like,
Well,
not
on
really.
that case,
Yeah.
you should talk to her about, you two getting married because I want to throw you a killer bachelor party. And
Oh, trust me.
I have to plan a killer bachelor party like a year in advance. So, I mean, I have to find aliens and
aliens and
Ancient
everyone has to
aliens.
dress up in banana suits.
we can do that if you really want to.
What, and do
yeah,
the
I do.
peanut butter jelly dance?
Yes.
Go to a strip club where
Amuse
peanut butter
me,
and jelly
monkeys.
falls.
Anyways, life-changing events. There are many.
Was one of them going to Scotland and standing on a non-active volcano? Did that change your life?
No, it didn't change my life, but it was nice.
Did you read a book that changed your life?
No.
Oh.
Do you ever take like a life-changing shit?
Yes.
You take a shit that's so enormous.
Everyone has had a
Shit's so
religious
bad.
shit.
Yeah. We've all been there.
I had a religious piss last night because I had to pee.
I've had that too.
We went to
have that, like,
Justin's
every
house. Really, every day. So I
Almost
feel
every
like
day.
it's better the more you hold it in. And so,
Oh, yeah.
like, if you hold it in for, like, if you have to pee and you hold it in for like an hour and a half or 2 hours longer
But then
than
you're
you
just-
should be,
You're just standing there for 5 minutes. just
you're
being-
ready to explode. Yeah, like you can
almost
actually
like
pee
coming.
for
It's
like,
it's
a
like
good
Austin
minute
Powers,
and a half
where
straight.
after he got unfrozen, he just pissed for
Evacuation
like 10
cum?
minutes.
Yeah,
Activation
exactly.
cum. Activation cum.
It's like it's a good piss like that or a good shit is almost like jizzing. It's like ridiculous.
All right. My life-changing
quite.
event, I guess I'll say, it's getting a full-time job, much like you, Paul. A big boy job. So yeah, I'm a graphic designer working in New York City for an advertising agency, social media first advertising agency.
Really?
Really, really.
For
And
real?
it really changed the way I feel about who I am as a person. I work with a lot of great people, but they're also very intelligent, very well spoken, very well read. And I kind of just, it makes me kind of feel like self-conscious about myself. Like I'm
So you feel like you're kind of beneath them in a way, like you're
Yeah.
You
even
wanna,
though I'm kind of older than my superiors, which is kind of weird to say. I
Okay.
feel like kind of uncultured. I feel like everyone in the
Okay.
city is well read
Whoa,
and they're
whoa,
very
whoa,
up to date on current events, the news, and they're
Okay. As somebody who, maybe it's not for an extended period of time, but lives in one of the 5 boroughs, no, you're a little off on that. I mean, yeah, there are plenty of people who are well read and everything, but dude, you work with hipsters. All right?
Okay.
They think they're fucking well read when they're not. They have absolutely zero
Yeah, but
concept
you-
of the
you
real
don't-
world.
You don't know that though.
Dude, these are
They have higher positions. There are people I work
doesn't matter.
with who are younger than me and have higher positions than me.
That doesn't matter. These are the people who ride a bike through the Marcy fucking projects because Brooklyn's getting nicer and think it's a good fucking idea to just ride your bike through the Marcy projects and get your ass kicked and get your bike stolen. Then you go complain to the cops who the day before you were protesting against and expect them to go fix that. It's like, well, dumbass, you rode through a place where you shouldn't have rode. Now you're asking the guys who you told were baby killers and things like that to help you. How fucking well read are you?
Well, all right, we're getting off topic here. I'm just saying that
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm defending you.
I know. you
So
And I'm not ashamed of who I am. It's just
you shouldn't.
I feel like a child, and I'm trying. I think I should embrace the fact that I'm a grown man child. But it's weird being in a city on a train surrounded by people in like business suits and briefcases, and I'm just standing there with my backpack and punk rock t-shirts and flannel and just, I don't know. It's weird. It's different.
Look, you're
And working at a full-time job when I'm not really a huge fan of at the advertising business. It's just I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with my life now.
I'm gonna get a little off topic with this and say that look, you're like me. walking through that city, I know that I don't necessarily belong completely, but it's full of people who don't belong other places either. At the same time, you're just like me in the same other respect that I'm just a kid from Jersey. And I know that, and I've accepted that. And there's nothing wrong with that. And in fact, it's a good thing because you're down to earth, you have a good head on your shoulders, and you don't think you're something you're not. I know who I am, and it took me long enough to figure that out. So, and I know you know who you are, and maybe you're not sure exactly what you want to do completely with your life, but you have a good handle on it so far, and you can keep the fucking lights on. And that's, to an extent, the most important thing. Excuse me, not longest. So, you shouldn't ever feel like you're less than them or you're less cultured or something like that. I mean, to an extent, you're better than they are because I feel like people like that are lying to themselves most of the time. These are people who drink fucking $4 a case beer and tell everybody that it's good, and people haven't realized it yet. No, dumbass, it's shit beer that tastes like piss. Sorry. Just saying. I'm about to pick my mic up and drop it, but...
Well, besides the $4 case part, that helped. It was deep.
Dude, don't. I'm still gonna
deep shit tonight.
I'm still gonna come up to your office and lock you in handcuffs and drag you out of the
Please
joke,
do.
But...
I heard about that. I look forward to that day.
The people I work with think I'm an enigma, so that'll just add more to the mystique of the Brian Von Koenig.
I'll talk my partner into coming with me.
Okay.
So.
Let me know when you're doing it, though.
Yeah, of course. I'm not gonna just come up and lock you up right there. Anyway,
so yeah, that's my life-changing event, getting a real-time job and realizing that I don't know shit about the world. But trying to figure it out.
you probably still know more shit about the world than the people who are above you. Wait, how are they older than you, dude? You're not even that old. How are they younger than you?
That's what I want to know.
How much dick did they suck?
That's what I want to know, my friend.
That I don't fucking get. All right. Now I'm... Whatever. On to a
They're just very headstrong. They're very hungry, career-oriented people.
There are more things in life than career.
I know.
I mean...
And I'm one of those people who think that there's more to your life than your job. You're not your job.
No, your job can define you to a point.
Quote Fight Club. But
Depends on what your job is. But your job isn't your definition of you. It can help define you.
Yes.
But it's not your definition of you. I mean, I can even tell you what the thought that makes me happy is what I want to do when I retire is I want to sit on the beach with my feet up and watch hockey. Drink a nice ice cold beer and hang out with my friends.
Knife-footed Canadian blood sport.
Knife-footed Canadian blood sport, yes. That is my favorite. That is my favorite sport by far. Because it's the only time you get to see Canadians angry, unless they're going to war with them, and that's a whole different story. I don't even know a whole lot about. I've watched stuff about World War I, and apparently they were tough back then. They probably apologized every time they shot someone. Bam, sorry.
So, anyways, next topic.
Anyway, sorry, we got real deep with that one, everybody. Sorry
no, that's good. It's all good.
This whole episode's been pretty deep so far.
Oh, it's about to go downhill, my friend.
I know. We're gonna get funny now.
Quite quickly.
Devon, your topic.
So my topic of the week is, what would you do if you had a kid and you find out 18 years or so later, preferably the kid is 18, that they have decided to venture their career into the porn industry?
Time to go into the bone zone.
So...
The slow jerk.
There it is.
I had to come. Apparently.
So, obviously, none of us have kids. I don't, and I never will, because I hate kids quite passionately, to be honest. Everything they do is annoying. And however, if I had a kid, and let's say I have a daughter, and she turns 18, and she goes off to college, and I find out that she's been paying for college on her own by stripping or doing porn, the question is, how do we feel about that? So imagine that scenario.
We say stripping and porn. They're two very different things.
Well, let's say it's porn. It's
Let's just say
full blown
straight porn.
your baby angel girl, whatever, she's getting fucked hard by random dudes who are twice her age.
She's getting the train.
I'd be in jail.
She's getting paid pretty well.
I'd be in jail.
You'd be in jail because you're beating the shit out of her, or you're beating the shit out of the dudes that are doing her.
I wouldn't beat the shit out of them. I'd kill them.
Oh fuck.
See, but here's the thing though. Like she's probably signed a contract. She accepted that job.
Her manager, I'd kill Holmes there with a blowtorch.
But like she wanted that. You know what I mean? Like the kid.
My real question would be, where did I go wrong? That I mean, you know, at the same time, there's not necessarily anything wrong with that if you're confident of as taking control of your own life. But I mean, growing up Catholic and all those Catholic sensibilities and all that crap, it's just, to me, I don't know how I'd handle that.
Right. So the question is like, how does your own faith or your own beliefs affect, you know, your kid and how you view your kid's life and life choices, career choices.
You know, even if I had a son, I'd be upset about it. I mean, good for him for plowing the crap out of whatever he wants to hit.
Is it because you think that your kid is smarter and better than that, and that they deserve a better life, or something? Something more prestigious, that they're not just
probably
an
something
object.
along those lines.
For me, I mean, if I had a son or a daughter, and I do want kids in the future, if they were to go down to the bone zone, I would greatly disapprove of it, but I would not disown them in any way. I'd still love them with all my heart.
In reality,
so what happens when you go on X Hamster and you're like, damn, you see that thumbnail and you're like, that kid's hot, and you pop it up and it's your own daughter being slammed shit out of.
Holy fuck!
Like there's like
this
DP.
This is not good. This is not right.
Or would you finish first at least?
No, I would not jerk off at all.
What if you don't know? What if it's doggy style and you don't notice until she turns her head back?
Jesus fucking Christ!
And then as you know, she just right as she turns her head back.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
You're kind of like, oh no! No, in reality,
my cum just shoots right back into my penis. I would try to steer them away from that industry, though. Mm-hmm. I'd be like, you're better than this.
What if they legitimately enjoy it? Like, does it matter if they sought it out or if they got roped into it? You know what I mean?
I mean,
like,
if they got roped, I don't know. If they sought it out,
well, you would think like an 18-year-old, they're getting taken advantage of,
right?
Oh,
but
easily.
what if your kid is like
hard.
legitimately like, I love porn, I love sex, I love this industry, I want to do this forever? Does that matter?
It'd still matter. I'd still be like, well, just proceed with caution, because the porn industry kind of just uses people and throws them away, like
a month
the
later
condoms
or whatever, yeah.
Used in the videos,
or
themselves.
the tissues you jerk off into.
And there's also a high risk of getting an STD or just other.
I would imagine that they have
complications.
pretty strict testing for legitimate sites and stuff, like,
But still, I mean, like you watched the documentary on Netflix.
The Hot Girls Wanted.
Hot Girls Wanted.
Yeah, I did.
I watched most of it. I didn't finish it, but
I actually haven't watched that.
it's still kind of.
So is it worth watching?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah, it's interesting.
it's definitely screwed up how young girls get taken advantage of.
I would rather watch just homemade amateur porn.
Yeah, I mean, in reality, I wouldn't kill anybody. I was just kind of going a little off handle there.
Everything else is over sexualized.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem real. It desensitizes you.
I would be very upset. Like Brian said, I wouldn't disown them. I would probably tell them how disappointed I was in them.
Yeah.
And
Would you watch their videos?
No,
No.
I wouldn't. Even if it was like a son, I wouldn't watch.
What if
that.
the kid wanted you to watch the porn and give them a critique? Like,
How's my acting?
Exactly. Like,
which angle
how's
should I
my
take
form?
that penis at?
yeah.
Should I cup the
Because
balls
Paul,
more?
all about sucking dick.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Like
I can just make a good sound effect.
Let's
I mean,
say you have a gay
That's the
son who
key.
does gay porn, and he
Key to
wants to
sucking
know, like, what do you think of the way I suck this dick, Dad? Do you like the way I do
Why would it be
the
gay
tongue
porn?
twirling?
I mean, It could be, but
Well, because if you have a son and
Well,
he's sucking a dick, it has to be gay
apparently,
porn.
gay for pay though is like ridiculously well paid.
Oh, really?
Yeah, some dudes
yeah,
like
well, it's such a niche market, I guess.
yeah, some dudes like I'll take a cock for a crap ton of money, you know. I would never float your bows. So.
I don't know how I would handle it because I mean I try to imagine a scenario where I would even have a kid,
Right.
and then when I have this kid, I'm forced to care about it.
Well, we all have to imagine that. None of us have kids.
No, I know, but I like if I had a kid, like would I care
I think you would.
about the kid? Like I don't know.
I mean,
would I
you-
just
you-
throw it in the dumpster?
I think you kind of care about your nephews and nieces.
Nah.
Like, no,
do.
if your niece did porn, how would you feel about that?
Okay, so I honestly don't think I would care at all. Like, zero fucks given.
But would you
put it simply,
would you
like-
fucking rub one out to it?
No, hell no, because that's disgusting. But would I care enough to be like, hey, I don't approve of your life choice? No, I wouldn't. I just would stay out of it and just like, pretend it's not happening. If I had my own kid and it was the same situation, I don't know if I would just ignore it completely and pretend like I don't know, or if I would voice my displeasure with it. So it's a difficult decision to make, and like in whether however way you decide to go about it, like you have to I don't know,
You have to
break the news to them almost gently in a way, like however you do feel about it. Like you have to
Right.
respect that this is the choice that they made.
Yeah, as an adult, it's a decision they decide to make. And you have
Yeah.
to live with that.
So I don't know, but you also have to take into account not so much how it affects them or how it affects you, but how it affects the other people's perception of you and your family. Like that's like a direct reflection of, if
Obviously,
your
you-
neighbor
See,
finds out that your kid.
I really don't give a shit about that.
Okay.
I don't really care about what
Well,
my
some
neighbor
people
thinks of me
do
or-
though. Like
or what the rest of my family thinks of me. I just because I think my family thinks I'm fucking weird and
yeah.
crazy, anyways. So
You are kind of weird and crazy.
I am. So they're hitting the nail on the head there.
Yeah.
I mean, I just want to do what would be best for my immediate family. My future wife, and my kids. Like, I want to look out for them, their safety, and their future as best as I can.
Yeah.
Here's another question: does it matter what kind of porn they're doing?
What do you mean? It's like kinky porn. I would be
Is
more.
it's like softcore or hardcore
bondage or like
bondage?
you want to know what's weird?
DP,
Being shat on, DP,
It's weird.
gay
I'd be,
porn, lesbian porn,
golden
old woman
showers,
porn,
clean
like
stammers.
yeah, like
German
does that
slices.
affect it at
I'd be
all?
more
Like
upset about my daughter doing foot fetish porn than regular porn.
really? Just
Yeah.
that just weirds you out so
It
much.
just
It's
weirds me
so
out
weird.
so much.
It's so weird.
Because feet are so fucking disgusting that how can you in good conscience know that someone's going to look at you stomping
You know
on
what,
grapes
though?
and jerk off and be okay with it?
It's the same thing as like if you look at a dick or a vagina and you're like, oh, that's so hot, but it's still a disgusting body part that's covered in sweat and hair and secretes disgusting bodily fluids. And
Yeah,
stuff.
but
I
I-
mean, feet don't
yeah.
sweat, I guess, and fungus and shit. But like, other than that, like
Yeah, they
if
do.
A foot is not shooting out
I'm a
semen,
podiatrist, motherfucker. You haven't seen what I've seen.
but. Like, your foot is not shitting, pissing, or shedding uterine lining and whatever. So, like, I don't know. It's something to keep in mind. Like, it's any other body part. Like you're saying, the reason I say it is because, like, you're saying, like, you don't understand, like, why people be attracted to feet. And no, I don't either because I'm not. But, like, you're attracted to vaginas and butts, but, like, why? It's just another body part, just like a foot. It's
Okay,
just,
I see your
yeah,
point.
you know what I mean? Like, if you're looking at that base level,
That bass, no trouble.
yeah.
All about that bass.
About that bass.
I fucking hate that song.
Something, bass.
Yeah, whatever. I can always segue to the last one because
We're
we're gonna do
since
4.
Justin is not here, this is the ghost of Justin Mealy asking.
Oh, I'm Justin Mealy.
Ghost of Justin Mealy, what's your topic?
Ghost of Justin Mealy wants to know what makes
Who wants
a
to
good
do a voice impression?
Do we
of
need
him?
that weird woman from Poltergeist to channel him in?
Oh, I'm Justin.
Justin. Ghost of
No,
Justin.
I know what it is.
Here are not our prayers, but here are
Incantations.
incantations.
Justin.
What is your topic for this evening?
Oh, what makes a good blowjob? Oh.
What makes a good blowjob?
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Very insightful.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Great topic, Justin. I'm glad that you picked that one. I'm glad that you're here today to help us discuss this ever important topic.
It is
For
important
our
because
audience.
there's there's a lot of different types of blowjobs you can get. There's
Okay, so
you know,
it's just
sloppy ones, loud ones.
different ways. There's a mouth and
It's
some saliva.
And a tongue.
And a hand.
There's got to be techniques to
A
it. because
hand,
They've got
well,
a bunch of different
It
blowjobs.
could be a hand.
Hands.
It could be a hand. See,
Tongues involved.
No,
Tongues.
the tongue has to be
Well,
involved. The
mouth,
hand has to be involved
saliva.
a little bit. The
What about
obviously. Eyes.
like
They look
does-
up. It's
does-
pretty high.
Does she look at you, or does she focus purely on the dick? As she's
No,
is there the head bob too? Is there
the
like
head
a
bob
rhythm?
focus purely on the dick. Usually,
The look
usually
up.
I'm lying down, but
The look up a little bit's cool too.
Is she looking like she's making eye contact?
Yes.
Okay. And you're like,
And you're like throat deep. And
Nice.
It's pretty hot. I mean, but yeah.
now what if she's gagging on it? Is that hot?
A little bit, but can't be too much
Yes.
gagging. Too much gagging is like,
You know, what if she pukes on it?
oh,
No.
then I come right away.
that's too much. Too much gagging. I think
Instant orgasm.
at least for me, I think the secret is it's good tongue action.
There has to be tongue mixed with some hand.
Okay, so the
I
mouth is
enjoy-
on the dick,
I
and then
enjoy-
the tongue
I-
is licking the head.
I enjoy a good hand on the balls. And cup the balls very nicely.
We talked about this earlier. I'm not
So,
a ball
okay,
guy.
so cupping.
I know.
So
Oh.
it's the warmth from the hand on your nuts. Is that what it is?
I think it's the
or is it
touch
just
and
the
the
touch?
I think it's just the touch and the warmth from the hand.
Okay.
Just on your balls.
How when the chick sucks your balls?
Or
That was
does it
weird.
like?
That's never happened to me,
Really?
and I kind of don't
It's
want.
happened
it
a couple times.
Wait,
It's
what
Kind
happened?
of weird. I don't.
kinda
Want
let-
I don't ever want that to happen.
What happened?
when the girl like goes down and like sucks on your balls, as you know.
Just has a mouthful
I-
of chestnuts. Just goes chipmunk on you.
I've had it happen.
That's
it's
never
cool,
happened.
but it's
Storing
never
those
like
nuts for the
something
winter.
like.
Wouldn't that hurt though? If like she
No,
sucked too hard?
no. If she like bites, it's gonna fucking hurt.
No, but even to suck on it, like that's not an area of your body
No,
that's
no,
used
you-
to like pressure.
Like, you'd think. I mean, obviously, you'd have to. It's not a whole lot of sucking. It's just a little bit, like but it's okay. But like I said before, I'm not a ball guy. My balls they can be left out of the equation. They're not that important in this.
I mean, they're not important, but they're just a nice touch.
No, it's nice.
It's an
a nice
accoutrement.
touch. It's
You
like
just
getting,
got to add to it.
It's like getting bacon on cheese fries.
Exactly.
It adds to it. You don't
Exactly.
need
Yeah,
it.
it's okay.
It makes it
Yeah,
nicer.
Fair
but-
analogy.
Yeah, or getting like leather and leather seats in a new car. Don't require it, but it's a nice little touch. And if you can get it, it can come with it, then it comes with it, and it's pretty cool. But otherwise, you don't need to focus on it. But I mean, then there's obviously the speed, and then there's the working of the shaft. Yeah, they all work the shaft with their mouth too. I mean, it's a whole thing.
Speed is important.
Speed's important.
Start slow. And just fast at the end.
Yeah,
Very, very.
But
Not very fast, but
there could be loud, and there can be louder, and then there can be quiet.
What
I don't
about
wanna
dirty
say-
talk?
No, I don't like
No
that.
dirty talk.
how's
just
she supposed to talk
focus.
with
First of all,
penis in her mouth?
No, well, she stops. She pulls back, and then she says like, "Oh, you like that, don't you?"
All right, that has never happened to me.
Or okay, maybe not that exact
Yeah.
phrase.
It's
like-
like when I do
But
that.
nobody's ever dirty talked to me while giving me a BJ.
Okay,
So
I mean,
but if a girl was going to, what would you want her to say?
nothing. I just want her to keep sucking.
But
Oh my God,
like suck.
I sound like a fucking terrible horn dog.
It's like suck. Grab her.
Suck. Suck. Oh my God. Suck me like Dracula.
It sounds like something Nicolas Cage would say.
Suck the venom from my vein.
Wow.
This is what this podcast is all about.
But we were talking about
It goes
salty.
from deep shit to deep penetration.
Oh, what about spitting on it?
No, fuck
No
that.
spitting?
And
no
She
spitting-
can't pull off
and no
and
spitting
spit on
either.
it?
No,
No,
spitting
okay.
either.
That's never
She's gotta
happened.
swallow.
I don't want it to happen.
Okay.
She got swallowed.
Oh, you mean...
No
Oh, okay, yeah.
Any of that.
That's a big.
That's a big thing. Or I dated this one girl that wouldn't let me come in her mouth, and I never understood that.
Maybe it just didn't taste good to her.
But what's the fucking point? Swallow it right away. My cock's already deep in your mouth. What's the fucking difference?
Yeah, but like I don't like tomatoes, so I'm just not going to eat tomatoes.
That's like biting on a tomato, chewing it, and then spitting it out before you swallow it. That's pretty much what you're doing.
I guess, but then I don't know. Maybe it gives her some sort of peace of mind that it's not like in her system, and she's not gonna like piss it out later.
I suppose
She's got to
I mean,
digest it. Then you know what I mean. And
I suppose
piss
I
and
guess.
shit it out.
But it's
So-
whatever. I mean,
There's no
I
like
don't
real
got the
nutritional value to it as far as
it's
I'm
like
concerned.
7 calories apparently.
Oh, really?
Dated a
You
smart
could
girl in
burn that
college
off
that
just
used
by
to do that
like
a lot.
taking a shower.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything really.
No, you can jerk off.
All
or
right,
you
so
can
so
get a
we
blowjob.
we've established that. What? Okay, did we establish the hand motion?
Hand motion is
Like-
required. Isn't required, but it's nice.
Like, does she like
I'm not a huge fan of the
suck
hand
the
motion.
head
I've-
and then jack the shaft?
No, no.
well, I feel like
I don't.
she has to
I don't
hold
like.
the base.
I don't like the jacking.
Does she use two hands?
I like-
too, to like kind of.
I like pure mouth.
I've had that.
No hand.
like a pretzel.
No hand at all.
Unless
I like-
it's on,
I like the
unless
hand
it's on
on
my balls.
I like the hand on the bottom to stabilize.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
kinda.
what I
like.
like.
One hand and then the. Wait, let's see if I'm doing that right. It's like I don't know, but like
It's
just sucks
okay.
with
I'm
it.
not going to disapprove of it, but I just like pure mouth.
Personal preference, dude.
Pure mouth.
See, the thing is, you gotta find a chick that knows what you like, or is willing to work with what you like, or just gives it the way that you like it. So, that's the thing sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Need a cup of coffee. With no salt in it, preferably.
So,
no salt.
does that conclude our topic?
I
Ghost
believe-
Justin?
I'm trying to imagine another scenario or like other ways that you would
I mean,
incorporate.
Fingers in the butthole and all that. But
Yeah, that
Oh,
doesn't
God.
count. That's a separate thing, though. Like that, or is it? Like, is that part of the blowjob then, or is
It
that
can
just
be.
a
it could be, but no.
like we're focused on the actual act of sucking? Like, if it has to involve dick and balls,
yeah.
basically to be included in the conversation, I think we've covered the majority of it.
Yeah, I think we're good. And
Okay, so then let's wrap this shit show up.
I mean, I think next time we could be a little more funny. This time we just had a little more deeper cut things to talk about.
Yeah,
Happens
I
sometimes.
think we were
That kid
okay.
porn and blowjobs.
Oh yeah, let me tell you,
Deep
they're important
shit.
things.
We're definitely funnier than that Gamecast episode.
Dude, I didn't
Uh-huh.
even. I was yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
That was still an okay episode.
Yeah, I
I enjoyed it.
I think the video game nerds would like it.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
yeah.
we'll probably have more in the future for when you can't be here, or Justin can't be here.
Yeah, my work schedule's not for a little while. It's steady, but after that, it's kind of all over the place.
We'll make it work.
We'll figure it out. Not like I live too far.
So, anyways,
Yep.
this has been another episode of the Salted Coffee Podcast. You can find us on the interwebs. On Twitter, I'm at Koenig Designs. Devon is at Hunkalicious Rex. Paul does not have a Twitter, but that is okay. We respect his privacy.
And privacy.
Privacy, as they would say in England.
I'll do all English here. Privacy.
You can find all of us at Salted Coffee Pod. We are also on Facebook, Salted Coffee Podcast, Instagram,
And officially
Now on
YouTube.
and
Now
now,
on YouTube.
I finally figured out how to upload videos onto YouTube.
To fuckload.
Audio
Fuck wow.
into video form on YouTube. So check us out there. What else are we on?
We're on.
I think that's it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
So yeah, if you have questions,
No X hamster, but maybe one day.
Soon enough.
If you have questions, we would like to answer and air on the episode. That'd be a great segment we'd like to do.
Yeah.
So email us at saltedcoffeepodcast@gmail.com. In addition to questions, you could just email us if you have questions, comments,
Concerns.
Grievances.
tips on what we could do to make this shit better.
Yeah, I mean, this is only our 4th episode, so
Yeah, but
anything we can do to make the show better, we're open to suggestions.
Just tell us, and we'll see how we can add it in.
so all right.
Swag.
Goodbye.
Later, internet. You gotta work the shaft with the mouth. I'm not a big balls guy.